Hello, everybody. This is Jenny Irvine. I am your Well Steps guide, and we are here today to kick off your CES Health Aware Wellness Program powered by Well Steps. I wanted to first take a moment to introduce Well Steps. We are your new vendor who will be helping with your online portal for your wellness program. There are two specific individuals from Well Steps that will be directly working on your account. One of them is myself, Jenny Irvine, and the other one is Kenna Morrell, who is also here as a Well Steps guide for you. Now, there has been a lot of planning and thought that has gone into this new wellness year, and we could not have done it without the CES Wellness Committee, and we appreciate everything that they have done. They have been an integral part of the planning steps and have really created a great program for you this year. A few of the things that we will be doing together is assessing your health, engaging in behavior change campaigns and challenges, as well as recording monthly wellness activities and, of course, earning rewards. So let's get started and show you how you can register with Well Steps and start to assess your health. Your first step is going to be going to www.ceshealthaware.com, and then you're going to see a page that looks something like this. Now, the very first time that you log in and try to register, you will need to ensure that you're clicking the register button. Just the first time you'll do that, and once you have registered, then you'll be able to click that login button. During the first time when you register, you're going to want to enter your username, which is your CES email, and then you'll be taken to complete a very short registration form. All you're simply going to do there is set your password and provide your email address confirmation, just so that we have a way to get a hold of you throughout the year for email communications. Once you've done that, the very next thing you're going to see is your personal health assessment. Now, I want to take a moment to remind you that everything that you enter on Well Steps, especially personal health information, is kept completely confidential. This will not be shared with anyone at CES. This is confidential, and we are HIPAA, GINA, and ERISA compliant, so you can put your mind at ease there that your information is safe. This personal health assessment is about 32 questions long, and it shouldn't take you more than about 5 minutes. This is going to give us a very clear picture of how you're doing right now with your overall health. We're going to ask you things about your exercise, your nutrition habits, as well as some information that may cause stress or things like even having a primary care physician. So this is a great way to get started. Once you complete that, you're automatically going to be taken right into your Well Steps Program Center, and it's going to look something like this. Now, this first page that immediately shows after you complete the personal health assessment is your assessment results. This can always be found by clicking Assessment Results on the right-hand side as indicated in the orange box. And this is an important piece for you because it will give you information on how you're doing now. You'll see your overall health grade. The example here shows an A. You will also be able to click on the gray arrows here to see specific areas that you have an A, B, or C grade in. Now, one of the most important things on this page is the feedback section. So we encourage you to take a few minutes to read through the feedback, especially for those areas that you maybe had a B or a C grade in, because that information will include actionable tips that you can start doing today to gradually get closer to that A grade instead of B or C. Now, as we go throughout the program, you will have the opportunity to see your history of the PHA as we complete it from year to year. You can also print your information if you want to take it home with you, or maybe set some goals with your family, or just to have it at your desk as a reminder. You can always print that. Now, the green button at the top that says Set Goal Now is another tool that we'd like to talk about next. If you click that Set Goal Now button, you're going to be taken to the My Goal tool, which can also be found on the right-hand tile called My Goal. Now, this is a great resource because it allows you to set a 21-day goal specifically based on areas that you may need a little bit of improvement on, specifically on the personal health assessment. So a couple things to note. You're first going to see areas that you're doing well in, and then you're going to see some options of areas you can set goals to improve. So these are going to be the specific areas on the personal health assessment that you did not have an A grade. If you'd like, you can select one of those and will be taken to a page that looks like this. Now, as soon as you set the goal, and once a week for 3 weeks, we will send you an email reminding you that you have set a My Goal, what the goal is, as well as some tips on how you can meet that goal. The example here shows a My Goal to increase vegetable intake. So each day for 3 weeks, you would try to eat at least 3 or more servings of vegetables per day. Now, when you receive your weekly email prompt, you can come in here and check the box that you have completed it. If you'd like, you can enter the actual number of veggies that you did. And this is just a great way to take those steps to become a little bit healthier over time. Now, the My Goal is actually set for you. So the 3 servings a day cannot be adjusted. The purpose of this is to get you to that green category on the personal health assessment. So if you're looking for a goal setting tool where you do have a bit more flexibility, you'll be looking for the My Tracker tool. Again, all of these tools can always be found on the right-hand side of your program center. Now, the My Tracker tool is a really great tool because it gives you a lot more flexibility and choices when you are selecting something you would like to track. As you can see, you can set an exercise, eating, or a My Own Thing tracker. For example, if you would like to set an exercise tracker, you would click the tennis shoe at the top, and then you're going to get to select what you want to track. So the options for exercise would be minutes, miles, kilometers, or steps. You're then going to set your daily goal and click Start Now. That's going to take you to a page that looks something like this. As you can see, your daily goal is always displayed. We do go ahead and calculate your weekly target, and this progress bar will grow throughout the week as you enter your data. Down here at the bottom, this is where you're actually going to enter your data. You can see here that you can actually sync your My Tracker with a fitness wearable. So if you do have a Fitbit or a Jawbone, or if you use the Map My Fitness or Map My Run app, you can actually sync with those so that each night around midnight, the data that you have with those devices will automatically sync here on your My Tracker. So that's a great way to do this, especially if you use a wearable. But if you do not have a wearable or don't use one, you can always add manual data on this lower row here. As you enter data, you will see the bar graph appear here. You can go back to 2 weeks to see how you're doing over time. And the My Tracker will actually go from week to week for you. So you can, again, hit save when you enter your manual data. You can continue to the next week and continue to track. This comes in handy, especially if there's a specific event that you're training for that's going to require you to track for an extended period of time. And then, of course, at any point you can end your trackers, and they would then be available for you in Manage Trackers as a history report. So let's talk about a few of the other tools that you have access to in your program center. The next one would be your screening reminder. This is a great tool for all of the users. We have specifically designed this so that you as an individual know what age, gender, and behavior-specific preventive screenings you should receive or at least discuss with your physician each year. This is a great way for you to be a little bit more educated on the process and be able to go into your annual preventive exam educated and as a wise healthcare consumer. Now, you will have the option to print this form so that you can write any questions that you want to discuss with your physician on the form, just so that you don't forget those. So when you get ready for your annual exam, be sure that you print your screening reminder to ensure that you are discussing all of your preventative screenings that you should receive each year. The next tool I want to talk about is the recipes tab, and this is just a really fun place that you can go. We have updated these recipes very recently, and there will be a highlighted recipe each month. So as you go to events and parties and things throughout the year, or if you're just looking for a healthier option at home, you can always come to the recipe section where you will see a plethora of healthy recipe options. Now this next tool I want to talk about is really exciting. It is called our My Story tool. As you know, there are a lot of things that go into a wellness program and an individual's overall health. Many of the things that we typically think about are exercise and nutrition and stress and sleep, but there is also an emotional and a social side of wellness that we really wanted to focus on, and that's why we created My Story. So how this works, if you would like to share a success story or a milestone that you have hit, really any positive wellness experience you would have, you can click Share Your Story here on the lower right, and then you're going to see this page. You have the option to upload your photo if you would like. The second step would be to share your success story. Share that milestone that you've met, and then you can submit your story. What happens at that point is Kenna, your WellSteps guide, and myself would be able to approve these stories so that as you and all the other CES users are in their program center, the My Stories will appear right here within this box, and it will rotate through all of the My Stories that have been shared from the CES users. So it's a great way to share your success and build that camaraderie as a group. We do have much more success when you have a built-in support system, and this is a great way to build that and share that. The next thing I wanted to mention is this How This Works icon. Now, hopefully you have noticed that each of the tools and each of the pages on WellSteps has a small How This Works icon. Each of those icons will take you to a short video. They're about 2 minutes or less that will teach you exactly how to use that tool. For example, if you logged in today and went to My Story and clicked How This Works, you would see a short tutorial video that will explain My Story just like I did for you. So as you're learning how to use these tools, and if you may have questions, this would be a great resource to use and a great place to go for that. Now let's talk about another tool that you have access to, and that is the WellSteps app. This is a free app that is available in the Google Play Store for Android devices and in the iTunes App Store for iPhone devices. It's a great way for you to be able to have WellSteps and have your CES Health Aware program with you wherever you go. Now, you will log in just the same as you do on the website by entering your email address as your username. And then you'll see each of the tools available to you that are on your program center on the app as well. So whether we're working on a behavior change campaign, or if you're working in a My Goal or My Tracker tool, or if you simply just need to check off rewards activities, you can do everything on the app that you can in the WellSteps Program Center. So now that we've talked a little bit about the Program Center and the app and the different tools that you have available to you, let's talk about the second thing that is important for your program, and that is the behavior change campaigns. Now, these have been created by WellSteps and include simple weekly tasks on a specific health topic. So for about 6 to 8 weeks, we as an entire group will complete one of the behavior change campaigns, focusing on a specific area. Now, the areas and campaigns have been chosen by your wellness team, and as I mentioned, everyone's going to do them together so that we can have that support system and work together. With each of the campaigns that we do, you will see posters displayed around your workplace, and we will also send email communications to let you know that the campaign is about to start. This is an example of what your program center will look like when there is a campaign running. As you can see, the name of the campaign is always going to be showing on this right-hand side here. You'll see the first section here is your weekly tasks. They're very simple and easy to do. If there are ever videos or PDFs that need to be viewed or completed for that week, they will appear right here as well. So you do not have to go anywhere or look anything up. It's all going to be provided right here for you. Now the second section is very important. This is your weekly quiz section. And this is where we basically figure out whether you have or have not completed the task so that we know whether you should be eligible for the rewards prizes the rewards points and campaign prizes at the end of the campaign. So it's a two-step process. Each week you'll complete your weekly tasks and then you'll complete the weekly quiz. As you can see, there will be weekly bubbles here at the top. This example shows a blue 2, which means that we are currently in week 2 of this campaign. You can go back to previous weeks of the campaign to participate. You just are not able to move forward so that everybody is doing the tasks at the same times. Now let's talk about the third aspect of your program, and that is your rewards. Now this is something that you guys have done in the past, but we want to really focus on it so that you know how to use your program center and note a few changes that are being made. So this is what your program center, your rewards program center will look like in WellSteps. Again, it's always available here on this right-hand side by clicking the rewards tile. Now the first thing we want you to do each time you log in is just to review your honesty policy. Honesty is the best policy. Everybody has much more fun when we are being honest, and you are held accountable to the CES policies for this program as well. So next you'll see all of the healthy activities that are available to you for the month. A couple things to note, there are two different types of activities. The first example here that is checked off is I received my flu or tetanus shot for 2016. So as you can see, once this individual completed that, they logged in, clicked on rewards, and then simply checked off the activity. Now the point values will always show here in this right-hand column. And as you can see, as soon as this user checked off this activity for 5 points, their point total was updated here in the upper right-hand corner. So that type of activity is a non-verified activity, meaning that there is no verification required and your points are automatically awarded for that. There is a second type of activity as shown here. The example for having a healthy diastolic blood pressure value is a healthy activity that will be available to you. Now, as you can see, once this user has met that, they checked off the activity, but you will see this pending note here on the right. And you'll also note that these points were not yet awarded. That simply means that this activity must be verified before those points are awarded. As I mentioned earlier, anytime that you provide personal health information, it is completely confidential. So for this example, that activity would come directly to me as your WellSteps guide instead of CES, so that a third party is verifying that activity and no one at CES sees your specific values. So if you do have pending activities, they will always have that pending indication. Let's take a moment and talk about this toolbar at the top because it's pretty important in this rewards program. The first item here is your month tab. Now the current month's activities will always be showing. As we work through the program, you will be able to click this left arrow here and go back to the previous month and submit activities you may have forgotten to do. And you can always click on the right arrow here to look ahead to the next month. You just simply will not be able to check off those activities. Now this next tab is our links tab, and this is where all of the important documents and files and information will be held for you, specific to the rewards program. Your program booklet is here as well, so if you do need a copy of that, you can always click this Links tab. We have talked about the How This Works icon, so this, as a note, that is where it's found on this rewards page. We're going to skip this Prizes tab for just a minute, but I promise we'll talk about those in a second. And this last tab is your Points tab. As soon as you click on that, you will see that you are able to earn points up until the 30th of November for 2016. You will also see this Previous Points tab. If you click that, you're going to be taken to a page where you can see all of the previously earned points in each month that they were earned. So throughout the year, if you have questions, you can always check your previously earned points. And then that second button here is your pending points. That's going to show you one list of all of the pending points that you have. So if you do have questions on those, you can always check your pending point list to see what is still pending and what you still need to complete. Now let's talk about that Prize tab. When you click the Prize tab, you're going to see a page that looks like this. As you earn your points throughout the year, this point indicator bar will increase and grow, indicating which specific level you have reached. Now, this is something that is new and different for you guys for this year. There are now 3 levels that you can earn in your rewards. As you can see, the levels require 150 points for bronze, 300 points for silver, and 600 points for gold. The associated prize with each, for the bronze, it's $150 towards your 2017 medical premium, with a few required activities that we'll note. Silver is 300 points for $300 towards your 2017 medical premium, and the gold level requires 600 points, and you will earn $600 towards your 2017 medical premium. Now, as you can see here, there is a note that you must complete your personal health assessment as a minimum for the bronze and silver level. And if you are going to reach the gold level, you must complete your personal health assessment and a biometric screening and earn that 600 points. So you may ask, how do I know if I have completed my personal health assessment and biometric screening? Well, we have a tool for that. And it is called our Wellness Plan tool, which is right up here in this upper right-hand corner. As you can see, the required activities for the gold incentive are, as we previously mentioned, your personal health assessment, 600 rewards points, and a biometric test. So as you reach and complete each of those items throughout the year, you will see those checkbox check. So if there are any questions on what you have completed for the gold level incentive, you can always click on that and you can see what you have done. So let's take a moment and talk about the biometrics. These are, again, a required activity for gold. Now, one thing to note, your options are still the same as they were for last year. However, we have added a few other options. As a reminder, completion of a biometric screening is required. However, you are not required to provide your specific values unless you would like to receive rewards points for your healthy values. So again, you must complete a screening and provide verification that it was done, but you do not need to turn in your specific values unless you want healthy value points. So you will see the 3 options here. This is information that is directly found in your program booklet, so you can always refer to that for more information about these options. Other activities, so the activities that you will have available throughout the year, again, are those healthy biometric values that are not required but are optional if you would like to provide your values for those points. You can also get points for the behavior change campaigns, and we will be doing 3 of those. You can get points for 2-week challenges. There will be 4 of those throughout the year. There will be 4 educational webinars. You can also receive points for a My Tracker activity, which is available once each month. as well as these other healthy activities that will be available throughout the year, including the Ameriban Disease Management Program, being tobacco-free or completing a tobacco cessation program, having your vision screening, having 2 dental cleanings, having 2 age or gender appropriate preventive screenings, or receiving your flu or tetanus shot. So there are, as you can see, many options for the rewards activities, and that is all done in real time. So as soon as those activities are completed, you can see your points so that you know throughout the year how many points you still need to reach either the bronze, silver, or gold level in rewards. Just wanted to take a moment to note for the 2016 new hires, you do have different point requirements depending on when you are hired. This information will be provided to you in your new hire orientation. So again, this information is for new hires only. So we have talked about a lot of things today. We've talked about the program center as well as the different tools, some of the specific plans for this year. So what you can do now, how do you get started? Your first step is going to be to register and take your health assessment. Again, you can do that at ceshealthaware.com. You'll then enter your email address and complete that personal health assessment. As a reminder, you do have 2 Well Steps guides on your account, myself, Jenny, as well as the second guide, Kenna. We are available to you for any questions that you may have via phone and email, as well as throughout the year. If you have feedback or questions and suggestions, we are always available to you. We appreciate your time watching this webinar today, and we are excited to get started. Thank you so much and have a great day.